Welcome back to AthsTV. The Coles Summer Super Series continues. Event 4 this weekend with the Queensland Track Classic, and our two very special guests, Jack Hale and Luke Mathews, will be, of course, in attendance over the course weekend, as our main man Lynchy will. You'll be there, I assume, buddy?
Oh, we'll be front and centre, I'd say.
Golden tonsils. There we go. Looking forward to that. We'll start with you, Jack, because a couple of internationals are coming in who ran it particularly quick. And we're going to start with the first Japanese man to break 10 seconds in Kuru, a 9.98. When you run against these internationals, they come onto your, as we see, he's 9.98 a couple of years ago. When they come into your backyard, motivate you?
Mate, I don't want to say I've had it easy over the past month, but
True.
But it's definitely the calibre of the field is going to be stepped up. He's obviously flying there, so yeah, it's going to be a good race. And couple of other Japanese guys running 10.0s, 10.1. So just the quality of the field's going through the roof, and I think that's going to lift everyone's game.
Yeah, of course, any time we get to a situation where there's a World Championship, and both, this is you, Luke, as well, when you go World Championship, then Olympic Games over the next 18 months, it has the opportunity to have athletes, high-calibre athletes, come to our country and compete in the Summer Series, and it just adds so much depth and competitive juice, doesn't it? Oh,
sure, and the thing is, I've never really competed at this level before, so I've never really stepped out of the comfort zone of Australian sprinting at a senior level. So for me, it's going to be the first sort of time I have raced at that level. So it's going to be good to see where I'm at, and I think I'm in good shape to do something decent within regards to what these guys are in shape, I suppose. And I think we can see a decently fast 10.0, 10.1 race.
Does it make you nervous? Are you nervous?
No, I love it.
More than normal, but you do love it?
Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's good. I mean, I'm not going in there as the favourite. I'm thinking I'm second slowest now, so it's good. It's first,
underdog.
Yeah, I love it. It's good. So yeah, no nerves at all. Just going to go in there and do my thing.
Good.
Well, I'll make sure you get a good lane in the field. But we're kind of lucky with the Japanese coming down, and obviously running 4x1 as well, and the 100. It'd be good to test it out, and like you said with that team, it's almost going to be the same four guys in that 4x1 that'll show up in that. Is it good to not have to go through the rounds and almost have a final calibre event that you can just sort of step into and run? For
sure. And I mean, we're talking about the relays. We've got the A and B Australian team, so we've given the next four guys a chance to really step up and show what they can do in relay, because the standard now is deep. It's not just the first four. So we're going to see what those guys can do, and there's A, B and C races, I suppose, in the 100, so that's going to be interesting. And 100, the last event of the night, I think, one of the later ones.
Close to it, yeah.
Yeah. So finish with the relay, wrap it up, and then get into an individual mindset, I suppose.
When we talk about the 1500, you're back into it this week. Of course, the qualifying for the World Champs last week and the qualifying time. You talk about, unsure of where you go. Are you expecting some kind of clarity about how fast you might run on a weekend? What is achievable, and does it at all sway your decision to which we spoke about before?
I don't think this weekend or last weekend will change my decision too much, because I have a good idea of some goals that I want to hopefully run this year, and that'll fit within the qualifying period. This weekend, it's going to be a little bit tougher to run a 1500 qualifier. In Perth, we had, arguably one of the best 800-metre lineups in the past couple of years. So it was pretty, you throw yourself in a race like that, and a time was just around the corner. But with the 1500, I think the field is not quite as deep this weekend. I'm just going to, not taking away credit from too many other athletes, but I think it's going to be a bit of a race between me against the clock. So I'll put myself in a position to hopefully run a time, but it's pretty tough to run 1500 times. You need good paces, you need the field around you, so it'll be tough, but I'll give it a crack.
How much does that vary your tactics, without diminishing obviously the other athletes in the race? But how much does it change the way that you look at it, or at least attack a race tactically, when it's you almost certainly against the clock?
Yeah, with the 800. I kind of knew that I was going to have to be in touch and keep moving my way forward, and then hopefully in the last 200 be as aggressive as possible. But I think the good thing about possibly running against the clock, or with a pacemaker or whatever it might be, it's just literally hang on and be prepared to go through as much pain as possible. So it's a lot simpler, but probably it's going to be a lot tougher.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing. It's a little behind the curtains for, as me behind the scenes as like a comp director. Luke wants to come to the race, and we want to do as much as we can. But when athletes so close to nationals might be like, you know what, I'm just going to stay for nationals. We've got a lot of local guys and a lot of good local juniors, but can they go with the pace? I've actually had to talk to them as like, just try and stick on the back for as long as you can. It's a track classic. It's not nationals. It doesn't matter if bust out and fail. This is the time to do it. And to be in a calibre of race like this, it's good for our local guys for sure.
Absolutely, yeah.
That what is good that you came on, both you boys, and joined us today. Great for Jack too, because you're not going to get lane 8 and 100 metres over the course of the weekend. Lynchy's already given us the AOK there. Hey, just on that though, not only good luck for this weekend, the Nationals over the next couple of weekends, but of course we head towards a World Championship and the Olympic Games in 18 months or so. So good luck for both of that, and thanks for dropping by.
Thank you very much.
Don't miss it this weekend, the Queensland Track Classic. We'll be back with more AthsTV shortly.